It's your girl, Stassi.
And it's Jax. And welcome to another episode of She Thought It, I Said It.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
What's up?
So today we have a special guest on our episode.
Yes, we do.
And because it's her brother, I'm going to let her introduce him. But you know, he's my brother too. But go ahead, Jax, introduce him.
Okay, so the guest we have today, we have Mr. John Edwards.
Did y'all hear the drum roll? It was there. Y'all heard it, right?
Okay, so we have an open conversation today. We're going to talk about everything just been going on in the world. I don't know, everything you can think of, we're going to talk about it today, okay?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the George Floyd case, you know, just things that's going on in society right now in the world that, you know, have us a little raveled up inside.
Yes.
So we're going to have a really just an open discussion, and no
Yes.
better person to have it with than John.
Yes.
So before we get into the conversation, John, just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are.
Yes, hey. Well, first of all, thank you, ladies, for having me on your show. I'm so excited. Y'all look beautiful.
Thank you.
Um, so now, as you know, my name is John Edwards. I'm a Broadway actor, a singer, I'm a songwriter, and I've been living out here in New York for since 2005. Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. Um,
Whoop,
definitely
whoop.
passionate about the definitely passionate about the arts. I love music. I love inspiring. I love anything inspirational. So, you know, I'm excited.
I'm so excited to have you. So,
Yes.
guys, at the end of the video, you know, we're gonna have everybody's hashtags in there, so you can reach out if you want to follow and support John. He's an awesome singer, actor. His personality overall is just amazing. So that's why you know he's my brother. But
Yes. And he's a Virgo,
Y'all,
and we love
okay,
Virgos.
yes,
whatever.
Virgo Nation.
All right, so let's get into this conversation. So, how do you guys want to start this off?
Yes.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah,
Which, whew.
where shall we start? So much going on in
Wow,
this
wow,
world.
wow. Okay, well, John, you start with the first topic. Throw something out and we jump on.
Well, let's just talk about what's really hot right now, what's going through, rest in peace right now, to DMX,
Oh yeah, rest in peace,
Yes.
DMX. Yeah,
that was
that was
very,
sad.
very sad. Prayers was going up and stuff, but I'm just like really go out to his family. My heart goes out to his family and friends,
Definitely.
Yes.
He was so influential and like I love reading all the tributes and stuff that are coming out about him, like
Yeah.
how involved he was in the community and how much of a man of God he
He
was
was.
and
He used
just
to stop his
Yes.
show. I was watching the pastor today from Relentless Church, and he was saying how DMX was a prophet. He said he was
Yes.
God
yeah.
used him. He said that's the only one you know would stop his every concert he ever went and just prayed. You
Yes.
know, made sure
Yes.
he gave honor to God, and so you know I'm so sorry that he had to go at a young age, but you know everybody has a season, and he probably
Hmm.
fulfilled his purpose. You know, it's just sad that it's during this time, and we do want to pray for his family and his kids and stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was just watching on Instagram one of the videos where he was with his daughter and they were on that, that slingshot
Oh yeah,
ride.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it was just so it brought me to tears. It's the only time I think I cried at watching one of those videos because it was like his daughter was so scared and he's sitting there and he's like, I got you, baby, I got you. No, you gotta
hmm
worry, this gonna be okay. And like the entire time I was just like, that's a father, man. That is
yeah,
so beautiful. Like she
that
was
is
up there like
beautiful.
afraid, but like she made it through and he was like, I told you daddy gonna be here. I told you gonna be here. It
Yes.
was so beautiful. So, so beautiful.
Things like that touches me. It
Yeah,
just, oh my God.
it
And
just
I'm,
shows you the type of
man, he
man
was.
that
Yes.
he
And
was. You
Yeah,
father.
know. And so those
yeah.
are the memories that I always want to keep of DMX. Is just who he was. He was always honest and very transparent about what was going on, you
Yeah.
know, in his life. And he always, like I said, I appreciated him always giving honor to God because you knew, like, regardless what he represented or like how he rapped, it was
Or
always
even
a
what was
message.
going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
He,
always a message in his. It was always a story within his albums, and you can tell by the community and how they showed out for him or whatever
Hmm.
that he played a major part in a lot of people's lives.
yes.
Yes, he was
Yes.
definitely beloved.
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
So let's
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
so that whole cover. What magazine was it?
Was
I
that the
think
Daily
I think it was the
The
Daily?
Daily
Daily
News. Yeah, I think it
News.
was the Daily News.
So
Hmm.
first of all, and people might not, like my opinions and stuff like that, but it's my opinion. So don't judge me. Please don't come for me in the comments. But that whole cover was very fucked up.
It was.
First of all, they was like, oh yes, rest in peace to Prince Charles. Of course, rest
Uh,
in peace. He
well,
was a
Prince
good
Philip. Prince
father.
Philip.
Oh, Philip.
Oh
Oh,
dang, you
my
just
bad.
killing people.
No, just make sure. Make sure.
Yeah.
No.
So, rest in peace to him and everything. His beloved father,
Hmm.
and all that, But, he had his trouble times too.
Hmm.
Hmm.
He stepped out on his wife.
Yeah.
So let's not get it
And
twisted.
it was behind door. It was a lot of the stuff they kept behind closed doors. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. They kept all that behind closed doors. But my point is, don't try to do DMX like that. Don't try to uplift him, but in the same sentence,
hmm
like
just
lower it.
yeah, lower who he
Come for
was
Yeah.
him.
because it was like a brilliant, troubled musician. Like, why couldn't he just be
Yeah.
a
Don't do
brilliant,
that.
loving, caring father,
Who passes away?
loving
Yeah.
artist to the community? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. They give the little beloved title to
type,
the royal, and then it's
yeah,
like, but he was also a beloved musician to the rap community, to the hip hop
he
community, to
was
the,
Exactly. He was
and
a
so like, why can't you just
legend.
call it what it was and let it stay there? You
exactly.
just had to like
And like
slight a
add
little
the
bit,
stuff. And
and it's
because the
just
thing
like,
that irritated me was that we already know DMX was trouble. We already know that he
Yes, he
dealt
was
with drug
open
abuse and
about
all
it,
that stuff. He was
hmm
open, very transparent about it, right? So for them to put that on there, it was just like that was not the place nor the time to say what you said. You should have just been like a brilliant, loving, and beloved father or something like that, but not what was
but is
it?
this
A
anything? Is this
brilliant.
anything? Brilliant musician with troubled. Oh gosh, what was it? That picture, y'all. You sent that picture. I was like,
Oh,
oh Lord.
a troubled musician.
Troubled musician, brilliant
Yeah.
rapper, but troubled musician. It's like, okay, he was human. We all was human. Y'all
Yeah.
didn't go and highlight Prince Philip's flaws. Y'all just left it where it was at,
Yeah.
where he was going to be remembered.
Exactly.
You just had to do that, and it just goes to show that double standard of how they portray how and I hate to say it, but how white people versus how black people are portrayed in the media, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just like there's no it's such a double standard moment that it makes me angry. And
Yeah.
speaking of,
Yeah.
there was another picture like that, and since we're on the topic of that, like there's another picture. I don't know if y'all saw this picture circulating around on Instagram with the inside the daycare with the
Oh
children.
yeah,
Yes.
with the segregation of food or something like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
So
all the
all
kids,
the
all the all of the black kids were sitting there on different tables with no food, while everyone else, all the other kids had their
have
food.
food
Like,
in front of
and it
them.
was like, why is this happening right now? Like, what is the
Mhm.
reason? There's no like, and they were all sitting at different tables too, so it's like it wasn't like it was an order that was going on. It was
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
deliberate
It
to
was
the
Yeah.
deliberate.
babies,
Yeah,
to
that's
the
crazy
And
too.
kids
babies.
are innocent. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
They teach. That's what I'm saying. Those things,
They
racism is
our
taught. That
kids
is
are
taught.
taught
So
hate
you teach.
and
Yeah.
racism.
That's what's being taught right there. That's crazy. Now the child's gonna go home and be like, "Oh, I can't eat until this person eat." Gonna be conditioned to
And
think
that's
that
messed
white,
up.
yeah,
Or
that
just
the
even imagine like the questions that go on in the mind was like, well, how come they get their food
food
first?
first.
And
Yeah. Now you
Yeah.
like,
second
what's
guessing.
wrong with me?
Yeah.
And
And
like,
that's the worst thing to have as a child is that what's wrong with me feeling.
Exactly.
do you guys remember the first time, like that you noticed that there was something different, in the, like growing up, like that you were black?
I like an issue. I gotta think about
Me,
that.
I think, let me tell you, like, and it's gonna sound really crazy. I've always had a lot of different friends with a lot
Hmm.
of different cultures and where they were from.
Mm.
When I moved to down south at 26 years old is when I've
Notice.
experienced
Mm.
racism out of
Mm.
just because I've never taught, you know what I'm saying? I was never taught, like, I knew the issue. I knew about slavery. I knew about those things, but I wasn't raised to not like Caucasian people, not, you know what I'm saying? Not to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a Chinese person. You know, I wasn't raised to be like that. There was always different colors. And my uncle was married to a Caucasian lady. You know what I'm saying? So I knew
Yeah.
what that was at a young age, to have biracial people in your family. So it's just like, it never really, bothered me. But like, when you hear your grandparents talk about it and you hear other people, you're like, am I supposed to feel this way? Am I really supposed to watch out for this person because they're white
Yeah.
or Chinese or whatever, color that, color skin they have, or, whatever their culture is?
Yeah.
Mm.
Am I supposed to be, a little bit thing? Because it's just, because I feel like that's how those type of kids are taught. Because when you notice, it's just like, oh, let me clutch my purse a little bit different when a black person walks into an elevator, or like certain little things like that you'll notice. But I didn't
Mm.
really notice it until I was in Georgia.
Mm.
What about you, John?
I remember okay, so I can remember when growing up, like we was in Chicago, so I remember we had the first time I noticed like that a difference was in kindergarten. We had a white teacher, but I was in a predominantly all black school. And so I didn't really notice like a full difference that like, oh, I'm gonna be treated differently. The first time that I noticed that that racism was like real and like not just what I read about in like books or whatever was I was 12 years old. I had this friend, we were playing in her backyard. It was back when we was living out in Elgin. And we was playing with a couple other girls over there. It was like four of us. And we're all playing in the backyard, having a good time. They were all white, I was black. And it
Oh,
was
I
getting
remember this
late.
story.
It was getting late. And so my friend, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to embarrass, but she was like, "Hey, do you guys want to stay over for dinner?" And they were all like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll stay." And then she's like, "Oh, you you can't really stay over," and I thought it was like because I was a boy, like staying with her. She's like, "You can't really stay over." And I was like, "Oh, okay, why?" And just like, "Well, because like you're cool and all, but my parents, they just like when they watch TV, like they don't really like." The black people like that, like in that space. And I was like, all I heard was her parents watch TV. They didn't feel comfortable around black people. And I'm like 12. And then my first response was, and I was so mad at myself for this, like even to this day, I have to forgive myself. But I was just like, oh yeah, okay, I understand. And I just went along because I was embarrassed and
Yeah.
I was like just wanted to like leave, but then I remember walking away being like, that sucks because I wanted to stay with everyone else. Like I had to leave, but because it was something that I couldn't change.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all just got through playing with me. We was in the backyard having a good time, but I'm not good enough
Mm-hmm.
to like come in and be with the rest of you. Like, and I remember it was right then and there. I was like, oh, this is what that is. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. And then just like trying to unpack that stuff of being mad at myself for agreeing right away instead of
Mm-hmm.
challenging that. And I
Yeah.
didn't know I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You found anything yet, you think?
Um, I'm trying to think. As a kid, I don't want to say no, but I can't think of nothing right now. But I know like as an adult, I was dating a white guy and somebody was like, "Oh, so you have jungle fever."
Wow.
Oh.
And I was like,
Yeah, I got it.
Mm.
Little south side. Like,
but
let
I
me
was just
As
guess.
like,
if
"Oh
people
my
just make
god,
us
like
just catch you off guard a little bit. Like,
yeah."
Mm-hmm.
I was so off guard. I was just like, I don't even know what I responded to that. But it was just so fucked up though. It's
Mm-hmm.
really fucked up.
hmm it's just weird. Like these little
Mm.
microaggressions that you have to navigate emotionally.
Yes. And you
That
always have like
like,
flashbacks of
Mm-hmm.
them too, you
Or
know?
stuff like that.
yeah. And it's just like the other half will never understand what that is because it's like it's like trying to convince like I don't know
It's
um
like trying to change things that were already conditioned throughout history. So you trying
Yeah.
yeah
to, you can't, and it's like you don't want to fight about it. because it shows like, oh, you're an angry black person, right? And then if
Hmm.
you do fight about it, it's like, oh my gosh, just get over it already. It's like we're
Yeah, it's
whining.
been
Oh,
Where, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you at a place where it's just like, do I just go continue to go through society? Yeah, I know I'm a black woman or whatever, but I'm just gonna keep my opinions about how I feel about certain things to myself because I don't want to ravel
nobody
the
feathers
hmm.
or
bunch. You know what I'm
something.
saying?
Yeah. We
So
shouldn't have, and I feel like by doing that is like we're walking around with our head down.
yeah,
Yeah, you're silencing yourself,
Yeah,
and
and I
and
don't
not.
like that feeling.
It's a crazy little tap dance you gotta try to like navigate. Like,
Mm,
oh, I want to express how that hurt my feelings, but I don't want you to perceive me in this kind of way
yeah.
because you're not gonna hear me because you're
You
gonna
automatically,
be on the
yeah.
defense and
mm-hmm.
not. And then it's just like you give up, and then it's like, well, do we give up? And then you feel guilty for being that way because it's like, no, I should
Yeah.
fight for what, and it's just such a
Yeah,
struggle. It's a
it really
struggle,
is.
Definitely true.
but we rise above always. Strive
Yes.
for
Down.
excellence. That's the best way. What Beyonce say, best revenge is your paper.
That's Virginia is your
Hello.
paper. All right. So how do y'all? So you guys been following the George Floyd case a little bit more than me, just because like I cannot, like, I'm so nervous about what the result is gonna be. It gives
Yeah,
me
the
anxiety, like, to
outcome.
just watch
Whew.
it, like, because it's just like it can
It's
go. It could be up if
either
it's up, or
way.
it could just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Baby, keep
so
Because the
down,
thing
down,
is,
down.
yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work
the
out.
thing is, the prosecution just have to, give the jury a reasonable doubt. That's
Hmm.
all. And
Like it's
the case
they
to
need
be
to
really, really strong. But if you give somebody
One little thing.
a reasonable doubt, it can go
So you
the
think
opposite.
do you think the amphetamine was the reason, like the reasoning behind, like, is why they think
see
they had a case?
That's
Because
why
that's the
that's why they
only
trying to
thing.
push that. I feel like they're trying to push that because that's the only angle they can come at
Yeah.
because he was a drug addict or he done drugs in the past, whatever. That's the only defense they have.
Okay.
but
That's
they
the
need
only
to they're
thing.
looking at it as a punishment instead of someone who needed help. And that's the problem. Like I think it
Mm-hmm.
was his George Floyd's girlfriend was on the stand, and
Stand.
it was like, and she was like talking about how they had that addiction and everything. And I'm like, why does it feel like George Floyd is on trial and
Mm-hmm.
not the,
Yeah.
I hate
That's
saying
what
it,
I
what's his
call
name, Chauvin?
Jackie.
How do you pronounce it? Chauvin?
Derek, just say his first name, Derek.
Dare.
Yeah.
Why are we trying to shift the focus off it? And this is just what happens in America. This is why it's so anxiety and like because you just don't
Yeah.
know. It's
It's
like
very.
we saw clear as day this man murdered this man
Mm-hmm.
on TV. Yet
Yeah.
there is a chance and a high chance that he may walk away not guilty
But the
on
thing
a
is, it's like it's
technicality.
so, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It would have to be on a technicality, and two, I feel like everything is there. It's like you have all these doctors that are saying
Hmm.
that he died because of your knee basically being in his neck.
Yeah, you
That's
have
why
Yes.
he died.
medical doctors, you have the chief medical examiner, and then you have another expert medical examiner saying the same thing. And you have the police chief
Yeah.
and his
And
superiors
So I just feel like they
saying
saying,
wasting
that that is
tax
not it.
dollars right now. They just need to lock him up. Like, why is this a whole trial or
They just
whatever?
have to really build it very delicate because we know that the system is not built to serve
Red.
not to serve justice for people to serve justice to people of color. So
AKA
I
rigged.
guess the prosecuting team
Mm-hmm.
has to really like build their case carefully and
Hmm.
so like so that and it's just I really want to know who that jury is too. That's the part
Yeah, and
I'm
that's the thing.
really.
They
Oh, they
won't
won't show
show
you the
you
jury or
no
nothing because it's
while
too
they
sensitive, right?
I mean, I understand.
I don't think I can't remember another case that I watched that they showed the juror because that gives people the chance to send hate mail,
And stuff
find
to.
out,
Oh,
Google
yeah, yeah,
them
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that, so just keeping their
Do you
privacy.
think they're sequestered for this? Do you think they're like stuck,
I
Hand
think yeah,
like they're
this is such a
in a
high
hotel?
profile.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so, especially during because of quarantine too. Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I was wondering if they were
Yeah.
I
sequestered.
I think so. But like this being such a high profile case, and like I mean, it'd just be a really, really bad day for humanity, a really, really bad day for
Yo, the
America if
world
this
is
man
going to,
does
yeah, this is
not
not going to be good.
There's going to be so many riots.
receive certain. I don't even want to say the word riots. I just feel like uprising is like, because like it's just
Uprising.
this is it. Like,
But it's not even going to be uprising because people will be so pissed. They're just going to start.
yeah,
I feel like there's going to be looting, people just running streets.
They thought the people was going on the Capitol hard. They don't want now. I think this is what's
What?
gonna make us angry, and it's just an emotional time. But I'm just hoping and wishing for like a better outcome, like the
yeah.
outcome that's needed to happen. Because
And it sucks because we shouldn't have to feel this way. We shouldn't have to feel like we're scared of the outcome because
yeah,
obviously
Yeah,
this man was murdered,
yeah,
yeah,
but because of the world we lived in and everything that's going on, how the justice system is fucked up and stuff like that, we have to hope that you know
hmm Meanwhile, they
by
locking up innocent men and giving them the death penalty and killing them when they're
yeah,
completely innocent,
and
and not even a 2 week trial, 1 day.
yeah. That's the crazy thing. It's just like I was looking at like the majority of death, um, with like the difference between the white community and the black
Hmm
community, like the not really the cop deaths, but like I mean they died by law enforcement or whatever, but it was like I think the whites were like 16, 17%, and the blacks were like maybe almost, I think this was like 2000 like 19, so I think it was like maybe 22, 23% of the murders done by cops were like with the black race. But I feel like they always give them the opportunity to answer a question. Like they give them an opportunity to fill it out. I don't feel like they just shoot like how
hmm
yeah like with us with the African American race. I feel like they shoot first and ask the questions
it's
later.
later.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's like a Caucasian person or another person, maybe depending on the type of race it is, you know, it's a stereotype, and it's like, oh, let's go ahead and call in this person to negotiate. Let's, what I'm saying. It's like different tactics are taken,
Because they
and
view
it's just
them as
like,
human,
yeah,
and
and
they
that's
don't
crazy to
view
me.
us the same way. They view
That's
us as
crazy.
threats.
But even with
I
9/11, sorry, real
oh
quick,
no
even
no
with like 9/11, it's like now, with even with the Asian thing, the Asian crime hates
Mm.
that are going on. Now they're always gonna be, oh, Asian coronavirus.
yeah, and that's
You see,
wrong.
people from Iraq and Pakistan and stuff. Now you automatically relate them to 9/11, and I don't think that's
The
right. You
the
know?
mad cow disease. They don't hate
Yeah, that's what I'm
cows.
saying.
You know what I mean?
Lice. Let's not get. I'm just joking, but no, but serious.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, people still eat Chick-fil-A. Okay,
child,
but us.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from that, but I do eat Chick-fil-A every now and then,
It's
especially how
okay.
they be trying to come out against the LGBT community.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, we gonna get on that too. But let me say a couple more things about the just
case.
the case and then how they just treat us. Okay, so obviously he was murdered by the cop George. So I feel like if cops how the cops did George like that, if they would do the people that did mass shootings around the world like that,
Hmm.
but they don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
The
they
real
are walked
terrorists.
out
Yeah.
with, and then when you see the pictures they take of them, they have like body armor and stuff on,
Mm-hmm.
like the cops
They take
pulling
them to
them.
Burger King.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
For real. That's
but this is
crazy.
a man that
He made some
didn't.
mistakes in the past.
Yes, but was
But wait, hold up. So
non threatening at
yeah.
that moment.
But
Was non
remember,
threatening out. Didn't have a gun, no weapons or nothing on him.
but
But he died because of the situation,
yeah,
the
so did you
handling of him.
or whatever. Did you see where they were saying that he had an altercation with the police cop, the same cop, Derek, before?
No.
Yeah, so they
Mm.
were saying that it was somewhere, I gotta find it and send it to y'all, but they were saying that it was like a protest or something going on. That's not the first time he's met that, like, had an altercation with the
With,
car.
oh my
Yeah, that's
gosh.
what they were saying or whatever. And so they think that he was targeted because what person, my mom made a valid person, what person would hand somebody a counterfeit $20 and then leave and sit on top of their car to eat the food they just purchased inside?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
know if I got a fake $20, I'm finna go through the drive through
Yeah.
and we zoop zoop, make sure I cover up my license plate or
I'm
whatever.
telling
You know what
you.
I'm saying? And we out. But
And
I'm not finna sit on the car and
yeah.
eat my food and not and it bakes. Yo, we've worked at food places before and we've gotten counterfeits. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
You did the
it's not.
store, just take it
And
out.
yeah, and we can give
What
it
is
or we might give
$20
it
to a
as change and somebody comes back like, hey, you know,
you just mark it and you just be like, okay, this person can't
yeah.
buy here
So
again.
we've, you know what I'm saying? So we've seen that happen where
Mm-hmm.
so it was like he was automatically judged because he's a black man, then he's tall. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's all about I feel like they
They feel
really they
threatened.
profiled him. He was profiled and
Hmm.
that's just the honest to God truth about the situation and I feel for that family because it's just like I'm trying and that's the scariest thing is like when you're trying to get your life together, you're trying to do
Hmm.
right and build. He was just getting his
Yeah.
CDL to drive trucks and things like that. So it's like when you look at him trying to grow and make and accomplish things and be a better
That's
dad and things
when
like that, this is when you decide, it's time for me to go. So it's
yeah.
just like
And then
that was
also,
crazy.
like one of my main things was, because during COVID they wasn't arresting people with, non like strong
Drugs.
no strong situations, like if it wasn't like, deadly arrest or anything like that. You know what I mean? So
Like they wasn't doing like misdemeanors or anything like
yes,
that.
they wasn't locking people up for that. So for a counterfeit, you really gonna lock somebody up for that? You gonna put them in handcuffs
Yeah.
during COVID? And it was like at the height because it was happened in May,
Yeah.
so it was like the beginning of
Yeah.
Yeah,
COVID. And so that was just like a power trip right there
Yeah.
for those
huge power
officers.
trip.
Yeah. It
All
was.
three of them.
And
All three of
he
them.
doesn't even look like forgiving. Like
Yeah,
it
he didn't
doesn't.
have no remorse
Yeah, he
whatsoever.
looks
Yes,
like
Just
I was looking at his demeanor and stuff, while he's in the courtroom. And I was just like, you could tell, like, this is not phasing him at all.
yeah.
So how do y'all think the outcome? How do y'all feel like he's gonna take a plea deal, or he just gonna wait till he get his results and that's gonna be that?
child, like I think he really has a lot of faith in the American system, and I think he believes that he might be get off like on the technicality. I hope he doesn't take a plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
I just really hope true justice is really like
I don't
played
even think he
out.
deserves a plea deal. Like, what are
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, but
That shouldn't even be
also
on
if
the
somebody
table at
offer,
all.
but also if somebody offer or ask for a plea deal, the other team can be like, no, we don't want no plea deal, and just let it
Right out.
let it ride out. But how many
yeah.
years is for second degree? I haven't looked that up
Maybe
yet.
like it's not
How?
life, right? It's probably like 22 life.
I want to do like as much as he can. I'm not talking about like I don't believe in like super like harsh capital punishment and stuff like that. But like I definitely believe that he should pay his time for what he's done because I don't think he really
Yeah.
I don't think
Because
he
it
really
to me, it doesn't even
really
matter how
cares.
much time they give him. It's still not gonna make anybody happy. We just
Yeah,
need
it's
to
not
know
gonna make
that.
nobody. What would make him happy is if there's healing. If there's healing and he learns from this
And he was
situation and the
remorseful.
police like law enforcement has changed and there's healing between the African American community and the law enforcement and like our government heals over this. That's what would be beautiful, the best justice of all. No one has to get like super punished forever. I'm not calling for life, but justice, like I just can't. It's very it gets very sensitive and like I can't.
It's like with all
Okay.
the stuff that's going on, like with the Sandra Bland and like
It's
Breonna
just
Taylor,
enough.
it's scary. Like even that's like yo, I'm legit PTSD because I'm scared to drive because my biggest fear is not the cars. It's like getting pulled over because I'm not a great driver and then dying because yes, I'm saying That's a fear
Yeah.
for me. That's like a scary moment. Like just, and when I think about I get anxiety about driving because it's like these are all the possibilities that can happen behind this car. And it's just like you don't want to be approached. You have the good cops. You have the ones that you're like, hey,
Yeah.
but then you have the ones that, we'll get into it in the next episode is like when they need a psych test. They do, especially the
Mm-hmm.
ones that
I
come from the army. They need psych tests. They deeper ones or something else because it's like the ones that are bullied in school, the ones that are dealing with mommy issues at home. Those type of cops, those cops that are looking to feel important are the problem. The ones
Mm.
that are like, I'm a cop, I'm a police officer. What I say goes, and like that power trip, those are the cops that are the problem. Get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? How you feel?
ask the question one more time.
No, I was just saying, how do you feel about like just
Sorry, I was
in
trying to
general?
read the
Oh
second
no.
degree murder.
Oh, go ahead.
So
You can
okay.
read.
Okay,
Oh,
so
what?
okay, so it says so if the person is found guilty of murder in a second degree and may be sentenced to imprisonment for no more than 40 years.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's like,
So
how old?
he looked like he was like
He's like
50,
45. I
45.
Oh,
think that's what I saw.
I hope God keeps him to 199. I'm just.
I mean, yeah, like I just want him to change. I just want him to like, because I believe in second chances and I believe like in
Mm-hmm.
forgiveness. I just hope like,
Oh,
it just at this moment I don't think he really understands that he does
Yeah.
not value.
yeah. And then also I feel like damn, what was I about to say? Yeah, when it comes to like police officers and stuff like that, they should have an intensive psych test and all that.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
They should
crazy.
not be giving these cop jobs to anybody
No, because I know if I was
at
a
Yeah.
all.
Billy and I got
Especially
a
like these
badge,
bullies, like kids that got bullied in high
yeah,
school.
they the
They end up
worst
being
ones.
they end up being cops, and
Yes.
then they just hate
Because they want to be in
everybody.
a position. It's always the insecure ones that's growing up that end up being the cops or whatever because they want some type of power and they feel like when I get that power,
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
use it and I'm gonna go look for Becky from down the street and make sure she get a ticket every day. I've seen like
yes.
I was watching some show or whatever and they like killed the girl. He killed the girl because she didn't give him a time of day in school or whatever and
Mm-mm.
became a cop. It
Serious.
was like a Lifetime movie. Became a cop or whatever and made sure that he was like in her area where he can pull her over and like
And
find her for things or whatever. And she,
oh my
yeah,
god.
he like killed her because he's crazy. It was like a crazy show. I was just like, yo, this is real life though. This is what really be going on.
I
Yeah.
So I got pulled over. I got the ticket the other day, and it made me so mad. And I just got to thinking, like, really, really reckless. And I was just like, I know I'm not a sociopath, so I was just like, I just wonder how sociopaths think about, the stuff after getting tickets and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so I understand why. I don't understand why they do what they do, but how I was thinking about like killing nobody, but I was just so pissed because it was like a dumb ticket too. Really dumb.
Mm.
And I felt like it was not justified for me to get a ticket at all. At all. And I will be fighting that.
You heard her.
Yes.
You heard it here
I
first.
will be fighting
She fighting
that.
her
And I
ticket.
will be fighting that.
Cause that's
Okay,
a
period.
whole that ticket is like a whole point on my license. And I'm like, you're not finna do me. I haven't got a traffic ticket since I was 18.
But
You're
did you
not
feel
finna
like
do
were you
me.
like nervous or anything?
No. When I got pulled over, girl, I
Sounds
was
scary.
it was so I dropped a couple of tears because I was pissed.
Oh.
Not because I was scared. I was pissed. Because I was stopping at a red light and I'm looking at my GPS because I traded cars with my boyfriend. So his little what do you call it? The little phone holder things?
Dashboard thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little dashboard thing. His have a magnet on the back of it. And so I didn't know where it was at. And so I tried putting my phone up there before I left the house, but it kept sliding down. So I was like, okay, I'll just put it in my lap or I'll put it in the little cup holder. So I'm at a red light on freaking Piedmont. And he pulled up next to me, because it's a red light, and looked over at me and turned the blue lights on. And I was like,
Mhm.
I was like, fuck.
I'd have been pissed
I was
off.
like, I was at a red light.
It's
You
like,
can't pull me
yo, and he
over.
was on a bike, right? You
On a
said,
fucking bike. And so then I was like, so we pulled over to the gas station. I'm already pissed. So he walked up. Good morning. You know you can't have your phone in your hand. I was like, well, I was at a red light and I was checking my GPS. I'm on my way to an interview. And so I already circled the block before. So I'm checking at a red light to make sure I don't miss it. Yeah, I still have to be hands free.
no, he
And
was
then he was
trying
like, what year is the car? What do that have to
to
do with
do it, yeah.
anything? Look it
Writing your
up. Do your
ticket.
job. Yeah, look it up. Do your job. So anyway, so he asked for my ID and my license or whatever, and then he was like, "Hey," I was like, "So I'm really getting a ticket because I was checking my phone at
Oh,
a."
you brave. You was talking back.
Yeah, I was talking back.
Yeah, I was like,
I was
you
like,
real
so
brave.
I'm really
Like,
getting a
Right.
ticket because I'm at a red light and I was checking my phone. Yes, it still had to be hands free at a red light. I was like, okay, whatever. So he gave me the ticket and left. Didn't ask me to sign it because I wasn't gonna sign shit anyway. But yeah, he gave me my ticket and I left. And so I parked on Piedmont, and so I knew he had to come down the street. So he was walking or he was driving down on his bike, and as I was on the phone, with my boyfriend walking up to my job, and I had my phone in my hand like this. Hold up, let me show everybody. So I was like, so you can see,
Patty.
I was very petty, and I'm not a petty person, but I was so
He was
petty.
mad.
I was,
I would have been
I
mad
was
too.
big mad, and I was hot for a whole like hour and a
Yeah.
half. I
Yeah, I
was
called her. She was
hot.
like, I can't believe this. I just got a ticket. I was like, okay, why did you get a ticket?
And I was like, I'm
Uh,
finding that. I'm not finna pay that
Yeah,
before.
that was crazy.
And then I
yeah.
learned that you can like you can get rid of like a ticket every 5 years. I was like, well, I don't get tickets, so I'm sure gonna get rid of this ticket because
Hmm.
I'm not gonna pay it. I'm gonna go to court July 14th, and I'm gonna fight that motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. Remember when I got those tickets?
Oh
When
my
I
god, funny
was.
story, y'all. Story time.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to tell it or you
So
want me to tell it?
we could jump back and forth, but
Okay.
so our mom had was leaving out for Vegas, and she told me to watch her cars, and and we was like, I was like, okay, cool. She was like, you take this. She had a car that was in the front of the house, and there was one that was already in the garage, and she was like, take the white car and put it in the driveway,
Mind
and I
you,
was
the
like, sure,
car is
mom.
in front of the house.
I'm like 15. Like, I was like, I had my driver's permit, but I hadn't had my license. Well, no, I was trying to get my I think I was like getting ready to go to school and for my driver's permit, so I didn't have my license or anything. So, and we were learning, so I was like, cool, mom. My mom gets in the cab. She's going to the airport. She drives down. I get in the car. I'm like, yes, this is time, right? As soon as I get ready to pull the car into the garage, into the driveway, I gotta turn off the street, and I run into this other car. Didn't see the car that was driving up the street, and it hit me, and I was like, oh no! And I was like freaking out. Cop came.
My mom
Was
didn't even leave
was
the block yet.
Are you
She
serious?
Before
didn't know.
she didn't
She
even,
didn't know.
she was like at the end of the block, and he got to the accident, girl.
So the cop came, was like, okay, it was like, we're just gonna have to take the car and they'll go you just gotta get it fixed and everything. It's gonna be okay. Luckily you're okay. I was telling him like I was just pulling into the driveway and stuff. He was a nice one, thank God. So it was good. We made it. We was like, wait, I was like, my mom was gonna be gone for the weekend, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait till like she gets
She come
back and I'll
back.
tell her that this happened. You thought that my little self would have learned my lesson then. No. So I had some friends over from high school, these two girls, and we were like, I was like, oh yeah, guys, don't worry, I can drive you guys back home. I took my mom's other car
He took
and
the other car, girl.
I
He
drove
took the
them
other car,
across
y'all.
town. I drove them across town to like drop them off, and I was like, okay, this is good. This was easy. Mission accomplished. On my way back, I'm almost like back to my place, back home, and I get pulled over by a state trooper.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh Lord, this is it. Dang it. And then they come up and he's like, driver's like license and registration, please. And I was like, yeah, so about that. I don't have that. And he was like, They wrote me like four tickets, took the car and headed in pound, dropped me off at the back at home. All my, my brothers and sisters looking at me like I'm crazy.
Wait, your
And
mom
I
still wasn't in town?
No, she's still
mom
out of
was coming
town.
back. She was still out of
Wait, this the
town. So
same weekend?
Same
this is
weekend.
the
Oh
same
my
weekend.
god.
Maybe the next day. Maybe the next day.
Yo, you lost the car, two cars in one day, in 2 days.
I crashed
That's
one
crazy.
and then I had the other one impounded. And then and I had four tickets. And so I had it was like my mom coming back. I had packed a bag because I knew I was just getting kicked out, and I was ready to run. Like I came in, I had the tickets laid out on the table, and she came in. And by the time when she landed, we told her about the other car. So she got in and she's like, "All right, let me go see the how bad the car is." And she's looking at the white car and how bad the crash is, and she's like, "Hmm." And then she takes a moment. She's like, "Where's my other car?" And then she come in the kitchen and she see the ticket. Oh
It's funny
Lord.
because I know your mama. I looked at her whole face and everything just now. Yo, that's
Girl, she was so
crazy.
mad.
Y'all
She
all
She
was so
was
got
so
whooped
mad.
mad. She's so
No,
mad she
luckily or
can't even
not.
whoop him.
for real.
Luckily, I was so sure I already had my bag packed because I was ready to like run. Like, I
You
knew I was
thought that.
like she was gonna start swinging and I was gonna run. She did like punk me though, because I was sitting on the little bench, the piano bench, and she was talking to me. She's like, "I can't believe you did that. How could you do so stupid?" And she like flinched at me, and I like,
Oh my
I,
god,
I jumped and I like fell out and stuff, and she couldn't do nothing but laugh because
that
I like
is too
fell.
funny.
But yeah, Jam,
Y'all probably gonna get fun.
tickets,
Don't give
tickets
her
are not
no
fun.
ideas.
But through the grace of God, child, I ain't really I had to pay for the car with my little summer job the to fix the white car, but my other tickets got threw out of court. They got thrown out when I was there.
Through that.
They got thrown out in court.
Yeah.
What
The
else,
judge was really
guys?
nice. I was like, "Thank you, Lord."
What else you want to talk about?
That awesome. Oh, so let's talk about so the governor in Arkansas just passed a bill stating that healthcare workers can refuse services to any LGBTQ person.
IA. Uh, how is that even legal right now?
That's what we trying to
Like,
figure out. So we was waiting for
like
you to find a.
So
it
we
just
was talking about this earlier, but we didn't get the chance. We didn't get a chance to look it up. So is Arkansas one of the states that same sex marriages can happen? Do you know that
I,
by
be-
any chance?
I believe that that's
Can
like
you Google
same-sex
it?
marriage is for everybody. Yeah,
It's for, so
it's for
every
every country,
all the states.
every state. Like
Um,
Hmm.
unless I'm like not, I'm pretty sure that it's every state right now.
mm,
That's why I'm like, how is that? Let me look that up. Because child, how is that even legal? That's definitely
yeah,
like that don't make no sense. It's little stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's like we take
Coffee was
two
saying
steps
that is
forward and
yeah,
we
and
take
Coffee was
two
like they
steps
give
back.
you something, they take something back.
Exactly, 2 steps forward, and then we end up going 2 steps back too.
That's
Hold
Which is
on.
crazy. Yeah, it says. Oh, hold on. Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. Yep, 2015. I remember that because I was in San Francisco. I remember what you call. We all went out celebrating. That's like the Supreme Court struck down all state bans on same-sex marriage and legalized it in all 50 states, requiring states to honor out-of-state same-sex marriages license.
Let me see. They got a medical law. Yeah.
that's crazy. That whole
So
situation.
that's just like a whole
Yeah, it says they can refuse to treat someone
like
because
HR nightmare.
Exactly.
Like how
Like,
can
what was he
you
and they
thinking?
say 15. Okay, it says bans treatment for transgender youth.
Trans.
15
oh
That's
other states considered similar bills.
oh
how can you do
how
that?
can you
Okay, it says the
This,
governor signed a bill granting doctors and medical professions the right to refuse medical necessary treatments to patients based on moral, ethical, or religious grounds.
You can't do that because a doctor. I thought a doctor's supposed to be unbiased.
Yeah, it says if you are gay or trans in Arkansas, getting medical treatment may become much more difficult. Republican Governor Asa Hutchinson Asa Hutchinson signed into law
Of
on
course, it
Friday
had to be a
a
Republican.
bill giving medical providers discretion to refuse treatment to the LGBTQ patients and others based on religious, moral, or ethnic. So they can basically tell us we black, we can't go in there and get no medical treatment because it says
But
religious,
that's
moral, or ethical objections.
but that's
that's so illegal.
I thought doctors take an oath to be unbiased and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It says the law, also known as the Medical Ethics and Diversity Act, states that even when a procedure is medically necessary, a provider can still refuse treatment except in emergency situation. It is scheduled to go into effect late this summer, even as the COVID-19 pandemic rages on.
That's crazy. So you
Yeah,
can you so you already know what's going on in Arkansas.
Yeah,
You already
child.
know.
that's crazy.
And they said certain the bill is like being considered in several other states right now.
Yeah, that's what it says, being considered in several other states right now. This law is opposed by many prominent medical organizations, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Psychiatric Association. It's like naming all the people that agree. Members of the LGBTQ community already experience medical discrimination at disturbing high rates, and the new
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas law is basically confiding it, according to some survey. 56% of the lesbian, gay, or bisexual respondents reported experience medical discrimination, as did 70% of transgender and gender nonconforming respondents. These barriers, in turn, can result in poorer health outcomes and often have serious and even catastrophic consequences.
Mm.
That's crazy.
I mean, like, what?
Well,
I
you
just
don't
don't
go to
get it.
nobody Arkansas. If they tell you you
Yeah.
gotta go on tour, be like, nah, cause
No,
my health card
Ain't
don't work
shit in
there.
Arkansas
cause
anyway.
I,
Cause my health card
no,
don't
but
work
that's
there.
just like, but that sucks though, because like, what about the people who are there who can't even relocate? Like, what about the little boys
What
that's
Yeah.
about
there?
the
That's like,
LGQT?
or the
How you say
like
it?
it's just like,
LGBTQ.
who gonna
Sorry,
fight for them?
yeah. But what
Exactly.
about the doctors that are
Yeah,
of that
they're gonna have
sexual,
to
like
stand
their
up
sexual
and like,
prefer? Like, what are they gonna do? That's what I'm
I just
saying.
don't
That's
understand
crazy.
how
How did
that's
that
a
even?
how that's a law and
They can
how
get a lot
that
of
the
We have.
services.
government.
So any like
Didn't we just have
um
one of the judges or something was part of that community?
what judges?
Like
Which
on the
one?
Supreme Court judge, the
One of the Supreme
lady,
judges.
one
No,
of
I just
the.
know that Biden, he opened the door. He gave a lot of
Yeah, but one of the ladies with the short hair, I don't know if she was a Supreme Court judge. We gotta look
oh
it up. But one of them, we had one that was,
the LGBTQ
yeah,
That was part of the family.
part
yeah.
of the family.
Cause I keep butchering
Yeah.
that, so I ain't gonna mess it up
Yeah,
no more for the rest of
just
my
be like
life.
part of the
LGBTQIA
I
plus.
don't know what IA plus means yet.
What do that mean?
Honestly, I
I
don't know yet either, but you can
Hold
look
on a
it up.
second.
We'll just look it up.
look it up.
But yeah, that's
I
crazy to
Oh,
me. I
know.
don't like
so
that.
here's a topic that I was I was reading, not reading, but I was watching something on Instagram, and so this girl was like, "I'm okay with cheating respectfully."
Oh yeah,
Cheating respectfully.
yeah.
What
Yes,
does that
so
mean?
cheating respectfully means, you're the other person don't find out about it. So you wearing condoms, you're not bringing no baby home, or you're not bringing no STD home.
Mm-hmm.
That's cheating respectfully. And she said, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay. She basically like
She,
said she's
yeah,
okay.
she
Like
was
that. All right, yeah, that
advocating for
happens.
that. Oh, yeah, cheating respectfully is cool. Just don't let me find out about it. And don't bring no baby home, and wear condoms, and don't bring no STD home. I was like,
What
what?
you don't know won't hurt you. That's what they say.
See,
Except that's
no.
not always true.
That's not
That's what I'm
What
always
saying.
say? What
That's
they
true.
say?
crazy.
People perish for the lack of knowledge. That's what the
Cause
Bible says.
you know that. Did you know that men carry like it's a sexual STD, right? That men can get in their penis, right? And the
It be
only
Oh
dormant
yeah,
Lord.
it's
for
dormant in
Lord
there.
for
It's like
years.
trichomonas or something like that, right?
Uh huh.
But They don't test for it
What?
unless you're pregnant or like getting like a full blood work. They do not test for it.
Really?
And it's a parasite carried from the male's genitals. And the only way the man could know they have it is if they give it to a woman and the woman gets tested for it.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
A bacteria infection. It's like
Lord.
trichomonas or something like that. And that's the thing. Is even stuff you don't even see could be
Yeah.
happening. You know what I'm saying?
My man better not cheat on me.
Girl. Not
Ain't
even
no damn
respectfully.
Yeah.
cheating respectfully. Hell
Ain't
no.
nothing respectful about
What?
cheating.
Ain't
It's just
nothing.
all about communication, child. Like
I
I
mean,
have
I
different things,
understand.
views about
I
cheat
understand.
because I don't think anybody can be cheated on if they are, and that's a break of trust. There's a lack of like, there's
Mm-hmm.
a break in communication, and yeah, it's just like we supposed to be in this thing together. Don't
Mm-hmm.
go left. And I don't know you going
You
left
gonna
because it's
laugh.
gonna give me
Yeah.
whiplash. Like, let me know, like, oh, we going here.
So
We
I
about
could
to
go
make this
left
left turn.
too.
Like, we,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes,
don't.
Yeah.
yes. It's one thing from being in a relationship where y'all free, y'all open, y'all
Mm-hmm.
do your thing.
Hmm.
Cool. There's no problem
Exactly.
with that.
Communication.
But don't choose for me
Yeah.
Mm.
that you choosing that it's okay for you to sleep with somebody else. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
If you don't want
Just
these
let me
uppercuts.
express what you feeling. Yo, what if so if your
Exactly.
man came up to you and was like, yo, baby, I've really just been like battling this, like, I'm really like there's I really want to like see somebody. I really want to like have
Well,
sex with
go.
somebody.
I'm like, well, go
Oh.
see the front door. Go see the fucking front door.
That's why they cheat because
Go
they
see
can't
the.
even tell you. I'm sure. I'm
They
like,
can't express it,
what?
like, because they can
No,
be
I'm
like,
like, okay, I
what is it?
understand. But no, but that was cool. I like that. If he felt like that, thanks for bringing it to me. Thanks for not putting me in a compromising situation where you had sex and it was y'all was drinking and you forgot to put a condom on and then something happened. You have a baby or you bring something back home. Thank you for being honest and coming to me before you did the situation. Thank you. But no, I'm not down with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give you the option to choose.
But I feel like if you want to have sex with somebody else, just tell me. I can be that person. I have different ways. I can be
That's
Lashonda,
what I'm saying.
Delana, Jackie,
Brenda.
Yeah.
Stephanie. I can be whoever you want me to
Yeah.
be.
For real. That's the
Uh,
thing. Like when you happy, like from the episode from last week episode or whatever, is when you happy and you willing to bring that diversity within your marriage. I
Yes.
will be a cowgirl, a doctor, whatever. But it's just like you have to have that open line of communication with your partner because
yeah.
if I like my hair straight, but I know it turns my man on to have my hair curly, you know what I'm saying? When I'm trying to, handle whatever I'm trying to handle, I'm gonna go put my hair curly because I know it does something to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's those type of things in a relationship. Like you notice, like, okay, well, my man likes when I got these long nails, or my man likes when I have my lashes on. So let me give him a little signal of what's about to go on because I'm putting the lashes on now. He's ready.
Yes.
So it's like those type of things keep the relationships fun. And then
Hmm.
if you in an open relationship or in a relationship with somebody that may want, to bring somebody extra in, if you secure within that relationship where you're like, hey, yeah, let's bring somebody in here to spice it up, then that's the relationship that they want to be in, and it's
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
I
Okay,
don't
I
know.
have a question.
Oh yeah.
I have a question. Do you think that do you really like love is like a unique like relationship are all unique in that um no one relationship is the same?
Of
Yeah,
course.
of
Yes.
course, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
So do
feel
you
it.
think
Mhm.
do you think that if you're in a relationship with somebody, nobody can that you and that person have a connection and a relate an intimacy, a chemistry that can't be replicated without the two of you, the two both parties involved?
No, I think I know where you're going. I
Hmm.
feel like you can be in love with two people at the same time.
Hmm.
You can have chemistry and share a special connection with somebody else or whatever, but still have and share that same chemistry in person. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this.
Yeah.
So you.
Wait, hold
So
on, wait.
okay.
Think about this. You have your first love, right? You always gonna feel a way about your first love, right? Even though you've grown out of that phase of your life, if that person was to happen to you be sitting with the person, the love of your life, in front of you. If that person was to happen to walk into a coffee shop, right, and you turn around and you see him, those emotions are gonna come back. They're gonna lock, no matter how secure you are, because you shared a special moment with that person. So you're never gonna not forget those type of moments. Is that kind of what you're trying to say, John?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, like that connection, that chemistry is like such a unique thing. Like no two people, I think no two people have the same
I
connection
think
because
it's
we're all unique,
different.
we're all individual. So like what one couple may share, it may be at a certain level that's great, but it can never be highly replicated because it will be between the two people. If it's not between those two people, it won't just be the same. Like there's different ingredients. But like I do believe that love is so much more and than to be um like I believe that love is highly more expansive than what we normally think, and that it can be shared. Like there's so many levels to it.
That's how I feel. I feel like there's different levels to
Levels,
it.
yeah.
And I feel like yes, you can love two people at the same time, but then I also feel like so if you was in a relationship with somebody and you love this person, but then you fell in love with another person during the same time period, you really didn't like that. You didn't really love that first person. I kind of feel like that because it's like, why did you? What what caused you to look elsewhere for
Because
something
too,
else?
it's like when you're learning yourself, I feel like when you're in the process of learning who you are, and you're also, dating or like in a relationship with one person, like we talked about this on another show, like one person may have some of the things that you like, and then the other person might not have that thing that, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
but they have something else. So it's like between the two of them, you're getting a perfect man, right? Instead of communicating like, I like this or I like that. And so sometimes we settle in
Hmm.
relationships, and be like, even though they don't have these other two qualities that I know I need to have a great relationship, right?
Yeah.
But they offering me this, so I'm just gonna settle with what I have, and I'm giving up the other two things instead of communicating to that person that these are the things that I also like, so that maybe we can work on you having all four qualities. You know what I'm saying? Because no relationship is perfect, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
that
things
Yeah.
that
open
I might like
communication.
that my boyfriend might not like, or you might like that your boyfriend not. You know something?
Yeah.
Same. So it's just like you have to. Communication is very important because you don't want to settle in a relationship and realize when you're actually 2-3 years in, like, I
Uh-oh.
settled. This is not what I really wanted.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh,
So
it's almost time for us to wrap up, but we didn't really get to get into Blue Lives Matter,
yeah,
All Lives Matter, and we just need to stop.
We can just say it. Just all lives will matter when Black lives finally matter. Then
yeah,
we'll like that's what it
it
is.
is. It's
Yes,
just
it's a given. All lives should matter,
all
but
lives do
uh,
matter,
but they
but right
don't.
now, yeah, but they
Yes.
don't.
They don't.
And right now,
Because
Black
Black
Lives
lives
Matter.
don't matter. Because Black lives matter, so we have to express the
Yeah, we
issue.
do.
Y'all, let's this if all lives matter, then let's include the Black community. Let's include the Asian community. Let's
Let's
include
include.
people of
Yeah,
color, indigenous. Let's be inclusive so that all lives truly matter. If we want to
Yes.
exactly,
stand by that, then let's do that.
exactly.
Okay.
All right, so it's been
Well,
a
this.
great episode. Thanks so much, John, for coming in.
Thank
Thank y'all.
you.
I love
Thank
y'all. This was
you.
fun.
We love you too. This was like a great
Yeah, it was a
conversation,
great
much
conversation.
needed. Very
Yes.
unfiltered, our opinions, and I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
think we got a lot of different topics in, which was great.
Yes, no judgment zone. I love that. I love that. I love that. And I love y'all so
Yeah, we
I
love
love you. Love y'all so much.
much.
I can't wait till this whole thing is over so I can come and hug y'all. I love you.
Yes. And once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to She Thought It.
I said it.
And until next time, love
Peace.
y'all.